Hello there, welcome back to my channel, and this time is the second half of City that's retiring in 2025. And like I keep saying in my other videos, don't take this with a pinch of salt, because Lego is bound to change it. So some will retire, some won't, some will get extended to next year or whenever it is that Lego decides. So don't take it as 100% cast in stone that it will retire. So the first one of the second half of City is 60429, the Spaceship and Asteroid Discovery, 1799. The website says 3 figures, 1 unique, but other websites say there's only 2 figures. So on it there's a male astronaut and a female astronaut and an alien. So one says 2 figures, one says 3 figures, so it's up to you whichever you think it is. Anyway, the 3 figures are valued at £5. So 3% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £20 and £38. On eBay it's sold for £21, and Bricklink is valued at £15. It's sold 1,287 sets. Next one is 60431, the Space Explorer Rover and Alien Life, £24.99. I've got one of those somewhere as well. Can't remember where. I've got that many sets now, I can't keep track of what shelves they're on. I did have them in order, but there's too many now. 3 figures, 1 unique, valued at £6. Expected annual increase of 3%. On Amazon it's being sold for between £20 and £45. eBay is sold for £23, and Bricklink is valued at £23. It's sold 1,561 sets. Next one is 60433, the Modular Space Station, £89.99. So it's 6 unique figures valued at £16. It's also got a 3% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between £80 and £165, and on eBay it's sold for £80. Bricklink is valued at £70, and it's sold 1,303 sets. Next one is 60434, the Space Base and Rocket Launch Pad, £124.99. It's got 7 figures, 4 unique, valued at £23. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between £112 and £200, and on eBay it's sold for £120, which is just short of the MSRP. Bricklink buys at £95, which is a fair drop from the MSRP, and it's sold 892 sets. Next one is 60435, the Tow Truck, £17.99. Got 2 unique figures valued at £6 with a 4% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between £19 and £42, and on eBay it's sold for £12. It's a bit of a difference there. Bricklink is valued at £17, and it's sold 302 sets. Next one is 60437, the Jungle Explorer Helicopter, £89.99. It's got 5 figures, 2 unique, valued at £9. It's got a 1% annual increase. With Amazon it's being sold for between £85 and £165. On eBay it's sold for £85, and on Bricklink it's valued at £78, and it's sold 473 sets. Next one is 60439, the Space Science Lab, £34.99. It's got 3 figures, 1 unique, valued at £7. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between £43 and £65, and on eBay it's sold for £45. Bricklink is valued at £37, and it's sold 1,103 sets. Next one is 60444. This is where I start getting things wrong. F1, the garage, and Mercedes AMG and Alpine cars, £69.99. When it starts getting to car names and things like that, I haven't got a clue, because I'm not really a car person. 6 unique figures valued at £19. It's got a 4% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £59 and £81, and on eBay it's sold for £72. Bricklink is valued at £57. With all that data, it doesn't look that good for that set, and it's sold 418 sets. Next one is 60446, the Modular Galactic Spaceship, £69.99. Got 5 figures, 4 unique, valued at £22. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon is being sold for between £87 and £110, and on eBay it's sold for £100. Bricklink valued at £63, and it's sold 202 sets. Now that's kind of the opposite of what we just looked at, because the last one was selling on Amazon, or being sold on Amazon, for a lot less than MSRP, and it's sold on eBay for a lot less than MSRP, whereas that one The cheapest you can get it on Amazon already for a new set is £87. It's a £70 set. So it's already gone up £17. It hasn't retired yet. And on eBay it's sold for £100, which is £30 more than MSRP, and it hasn't retired yet. So that's something to keep an eye on. I'm not telling you to invest in it, I'm just telling you to keep an eye on it. Next one is 60448, the red sports car, £8.99. One unique figure valued at £2 with a 4% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £7 and £22. On eBay it's sold for £13, and Bricklink is valued at £8, and it's sold 459 sets. Next one is 60449, the off-road police car chase, $34.99. This one, it's a bit difficult to find some of this information for it because not many people are trying to sell it. So there's 4 figures, but at the moment there's no value on the figures. They're not unique or anything, they're just figures that have been used elsewhere. But at the moment the website that I use, there's no value on them yet. And I can't find it on Bricklink either, so at the moment I can't tell you how much the figures are worth. That's got an expected annual increase of 3%, and on Amazon it's being sold for between £35 and £53. On eBay it's only sold one, but it was from Germany, and that was eBay for £35 plus £17 postage and packaging from Germany. There wasn't any being sold, or should I say sold, from the UK or anything. Bricklink values it at 31, and it's only sold 73 sets. Next one is 60452, the donut truck, £17.99. Got 2 unique figures valued at £8. It's got a 3% annual increase. Amazon it's being sold for between £20 and £41, and eBay is sold for £23. Bricklink is valued at £16, and it's sold 1,220 sets. There again, it's slightly above MSRP already for what it's selling at, and it hasn't retired yet. Next one is 60453, the Lifeguard Beach Rescue Truck, £8.99. 2 unique figures valued at £6 with a 2% annual increase. On Amazon it's being sold for between £16 and £47, and eBay it's sold for £21. Bricklink is valued at £18, so that's another one that looks to be quite a good one to keep an eye on, and it's sold 370 sets. So that's the cheapest on Amazon, is £16 already for a £9 set, and eBay is selling for almost 3 times as much, and even Bricklink have valued it at £18 when it's only a £9 set, which is twice, so something to keep an eye on as well. Next one is 60458, the Pizza versus Fire Truck, £8.99. It's the little soapbox things. 2 unique figures valued at £6 with a 3% annual increase. Amazon they're being sold for between £9 and £21, and on eBay it's sold for £9. Bricklink values at £7, and it's sold 772 sets. Next one is the other soapbox, is 60459, the Aeroplane versus Hospital Bed, £8.99. There's 2 unique figures valued at £7 with a 3% annual increase. Now this one has got an expected good investment, whereas the other one hasn't. So the one with the aeroplane and hospital bed is an expected good investment, but the one with the pizza versus the fire truck hasn't. So Amazon they're being sold for between 9 and 21 the same, and on eBay it's sold for 8, which is slightly less. Bricklink values that one at 8, which is £1 more than the other one, and it's sold 952 sets. So obviously if you compare those, there's a little bit more sold of that one. Next one is 60460, the No Limits Race Car Ramp Track, $44.99, and that's basically the ramp for the soapbox cars, and I've actually got 4 of these. I haven't got them out like I did with the excavator ones, but I've just showed you one of them. So I thought, well, because the hospital, the soapbox cars are going to need the ramp, I thought this might be a good investment to get, because obviously if you've got those you're going to need this, so I got 4 of those as well. So that's got 4 figures, 3 unique, valued at £10. That's got a 3% annual increase. On Amazon they're being sold for between £34 and £39, and eBay this sold for £30, and Bricklink is valued at £37, and it's sold 416 sets. And I got mine from B&M for £20. Yeah. Alright, so next one is 60461, the Red Farm tractor with trailer and sheep, £17.99. Two unique figures valued at £4. It's got a 3% annual increase. On Amazon, it's been sold for between £18 and £37. On eBay, it's sold for £23, and Bricklink is valued at £15. So there again, it's already made a small increase from MSRP already and hasn't retired yet. And it's sold 461 sets. Next one is 60464, the F1 Williams Racing and the, I don't know what it stands for, the HAAS F1 race cars, £17.99. Obviously HAAS stands for something, but I don't know. Like I say, I'm not into cars. Two unique figures valued at £9 with a 4% annual increase. Amazon's been sold for between £19 and £37. eBay sold for £23 and Bricklink valued at £15, and it sold 331 sets. There again, slight increase already. Next one is 60472, the Scrapyard with Cars, £69.99. Four unique figures valued at £8. It's got a 5% annual increase. On Amazon, it's been sold for between £61 and £115. On eBay, it sold for £70, and Bricklink is valued at £59. It sold 227 sets. And the last one for this video is 60474, the F1 Grid with V-Carb and Sauber race cars, £24.99. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Three figures, two unique, valued at £8. It's got a 4% annual increase with an expected good investment. On Amazon, it's being sold for between 36 and 41, and on eBay, there's none being sold yet. Bricklink is valued at 25, and it's sold 125 sets. Now that is probably something else to keep an eye on, because the cheapest at the moment new set is £36, and it's a £25 set. And on eBay, nobody's sold any, so it could be that people are keeping them back to bring them out later on when they're going to make more money on them. So that could be another set to keep an eye on. So that concludes City that's retiring in 2025. My next video will be lots of people's favourites, the Friends that's retiring in 2025. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.